Yeah, when an idea comes up, write it up, or even on your phone, create a folder or create something that you write it up. And then you can say on Sunday when I'm creating content, this is what I'll use, right? So that you're not sitting, you don't have anything to, get inspiration or get an idea from. You have something, yeah. So for me right now, I'm doing at least weekly, yeah. On Sundays, I block my time and I actually create the week's content. And if I have time for a whole month, I'll do it. Even 2 months, right? But let me tell you, that mass scheduling is so simple because you forget about it. So you now concentrate on engagement and networking, and that will be it.
Wow, I think that's really cool. Welcome back to another episode of Careers with Nelly. I'm happy to have you back. If you're here for the first time, my name is Nelly, and in this channel I talk about careers, professional and personal growth topics. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and I'm happy that this channel has added value to you. Guys, today's conversation is going to be an interesting one, and in the studio I have a guest who's going to take us through this discussion, or rather through today's topic. Today we want to talk to you, or we want to share all tips about LinkedIn. I still interact with so many people, and whenever I say, or rather whenever I ask them if they're on LinkedIn, people get shocked, and some even ask me, what is LinkedIn? Have you ever heard about LinkedIn? Do you know what LinkedIn is? And do you know that this is a powerful tool, or the powerful tool that you could be missing to take your career to the next level? So today's episode, I have Miss Muthoni. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring my invite, and I'm happy to have you because I know you're an expert in this topic. So please just as a start, just introduce yourself. Tell us, who is Muthoni?
Yes. My name is Miss Muthoni Njoroge. That's my brand name on LinkedIn. I am a LinkedIn visibility and personal branding expert, currently a global LinkedIn trainer at the 14-day Global LinkedIn Bootcamp. I'm all about LinkedIn, as I've mentioned. I have a background of communications. That's where I actually got into social media management, specifically LinkedIn. So from there, I've been able now to get into LinkedIn management, whereby I actually manage leaders, executives' LinkedIn profiles to attain their different goals. My mission is simply to see that leaders actually utilize their LinkedIn profiles by first building an irresistible personal brand that will be able to actually leverage them to attract lucrative opportunities.
Wow, thank you for that, and that's quite interesting. Have been following you and of course interacting with your posts and your content on LinkedIn, and I must say you're really doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
So when I thought about talking to my audience about LinkedIn, honestly I couldn't think of any other person to invite. So maybe will you just tell us briefly on how you got yourself to LinkedIn? Why did you choose LinkedIn? Because you're so passionate about it, and you really just want to help people also to establish their visibility on that space. So just talk to us a bit about how you got yourself to LinkedIn.
Yes, so I was employed at a call center. That was back in 2022. So I resigned in November 2022. So having resigned, I was now unemployed. I was now looking into doing something, and I've always liked social media management. So I got into this organization. I got to be trained on social media management, and of course we had a CV and LinkedIn class. Yeah, it was all about freelancing, but they said, of course, you never know. Make sure your CV and LinkedIn is looking good. So the LinkedIn class really inspired me, and actually got to optimize up to 50 profiles in 1 week. I told my colleagues, hey, if you find it difficult, please bring it to me. That time I had around 1,500 followers, and actually I think I was the highest.
When was that?
Now January last year, January 2023. Yeah. So having optimized, I found my calling. I found this is something that I am actually liking, yeah, and why not do it full time? The instructor actually is a HR person and does CV and LinkedIn full time as well. So he guided me and actually saw that indeed I had a talent, and if I got to learn about it, I can actually do it. So after the program, I started now doing LinkedIn profiles. Let me tell you, my mom was quite amazed because out of all careers, which career is this? I've never even heard of it. The thing, people are paying you to do this. I'm like, yeah, they are paying me. So I was optimizing profiles, and that was it. Until I realized I can actually do more than that. I can actually manage. So I actually got to do pro bono for 6 weeks. So I got 6 profiles from 6 of my friends, from my former colleagues, 3 leaders, and just 3 colleagues. So I was able to manage their profiles, and actually 3 got job interviews, and 1 landed even a new job, and another one had a side hustle who wanted to actually do it full time and landed clients. So all of them actually gave me a recommendation, and just posting about the testimonials, I actually now got CEOs coming to my profile. I'm like, hi, can you help me with my profile? I would like someone to manage it. I want to get business. So that's how I got into it, and I've been able to do it full time. This year is when I transitioned into coaching and training. So I'm able now to train leaders and coach professionals on how they can be able to also optimize and manage their LinkedIn profiles. And through content creation, you can actually land job offers and even land clients or customers and even investors. I've had people who actually landed investors for their startups.
Wow, really quite good stories, and sharing just how within a period of 1 year you've been able to transform yourself, and you've been able to even transform other people. There are 2 things that you've spoke about that has really stood out for me. You're saying last year, that was 2023, by January you had 1,500 followers.
That time I had 2,000 now.
2,000 followers.
Yes.
And you're currently, we're now in May.
Yes.
You have 24,000 followers.
Yes.
I think as we go through this conversation, you're just going to tell us how have you done it. Because I also know that is one of the main challenges that people face, and even me from LinkedIn, I get so many people asking me like, how have you grown this audience? How have you gotten to 40,000 followers on LinkedIn? What do you do and all that? But the next one that I will also want us to just talk about is on the bit of optimization. You've optimized people's profiles. So maybe just in a layman's language, I want you to tell us, what does optimization entail? And after how long should someone update their LinkedIn profile?
Awesome. So optimization simply entails, how does your banner look like? Your headline, your about section, your experiences section, do you have recommendations? Those are what will attract recruiters as well as clients and customers and even investors, right? So some people are quite a jack of all trades, which is very wrong. You need to be known for one thing. You need to be very specific in your niche, right? A recruiter is also a target audience, right? So if you put up your profile as if you're a freelancer or as if you're a business owner, why will the recruiter reach out to you and they're seeing you have something going on, right? Be bold, have the open to work banner, right? Have the right keywords. Now to your question of how often should you revamp your profile or just review it? Every month. For me, I actually do it every week, and that's because that's my full-time job, but at least every month. Why? Keywords are really important. I don't mean you change your banner. I don't mean you change your profile photo. Just keywords. Look at the keywords that actually are attracting the recruiter or your target audience. What I normally do is go and search yourself. Like, let's say you're into tech, right? Or let's say customer support. Search customer support, search all the keywords and check, where do you land? Are you even landing in the first page? Because definitely there are more than 100 pages. At least land on the very first page. And after you land there, don't be comfortable. Appear in the top 10, appear in the top 5. Yeah, that's why I'm saying keywords are really important. Get to understand, okay, so my search appearances, because everyone has to receive such appearances, get to top 10, get to top 5. That's how you actually increase profile views, right? Let people get to know you. The visibility is everything. Another thing, definitely, update your achievements, right? The impact that you're currently doing. Let's say this month you've gotten an accolade. Put it in your headline, put it in your about section, right? Recommendations, testimonials. You need to stay abreast on that, because the moment you be comfortable and you remember, oh my God, last month I got an award, I forgot to actually even post about it or add it on my profile, right? That will be old news, really. Even if you make a post, it will be old news, and like it happens yesterday or even that day. Yeah, so always be on your toes, because once it's fresh, once it's new, people will actually be on your eyes. People will actually be on your profile, and they'll actually get to see what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, so from what you've said, basically what will trigger a LinkedIn profile update, like you said, from where you sit, you can even do it weekly.
Yeah.
But of course, you're recommending that somebody should do it monthly.
Yeah.
So one of the things, or rather some of the things that you've said will trigger a profile update is maybe if you get a new certificate, and of course if you're already not doing well in terms of you're not searchable, or
True.
you're not appearing on top when you're searched, and maybe just if you have new recommendations and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So another thing that we'll really want to know is on the key elements of a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
I think you've mentioned the banners, you've mentioned the headlines. What do you think? What are some of the key elements that you really believe are crucial, especially in terms of the visibility of somebody's profile on LinkedIn?
For sure. You need to have a niche, right? People just put their profiles for a whole sector, right? You're in the agriculture sector, but agriculture is big. What exactly are you doing in agriculture, right? Be very specific. Yeah, actually recently we were with my client, and he actually told me, Muthoni, you know, we come from the same area back at home. Like, I saw someone from back home actually selling cows, and the person has a really good profile, and he actually showed me the person is selling cows and actually goats. Yeah, and the person is getting business, and that's because he's specific. But if he just put it, let's say agriculture specialist, yeah, very broad or very, you know, complex words, that won't help him get business, right? Even you as a job seeker, you won't get recruiters to your profile if you're not specific, right? Look at the job description. What are the keywords that job that you wish to get need? Put that in your profile, from your headline to your about section to your experiences section, right? So keep updating that. Another thing, also transition. Once you transition, announce it. Most people transition and just, you know, optimize, and then they just think, oh, people will notice. No, you also have to announce it. Make a post, right? And even keep not really announcing, but keep telling them that you've transitioned. At the end, have a call to action at the end. And by the way, I transitioned from tech to customer support, right? Tell them, because they need to actually realize, so that if someone is was following you only for tech, right now they need to get someone else, right? If they don't wish to follow you for customer support. So announce it. Another thing, you need to be known for one thing. So once you've chosen that niche, what title do you want to be known for? What title do you want to stick in people's heads, that even when you go to introduce yourself, how will you introduce yourself? That really matters. Content creation with a goal, right? I see people just creating content with AI. Literally, it's ChatGPT generated, no call to action. Literally, even asking yourself, okay, who is this supposed to be targeting, right? So have a target audience and let that content actually have a goal. Call to action. Make sure you have a call to action, whether it's to engage people, whether it's thought leadership, whether it's even recruiters. Say that you're open to work, and your DM is definitely open for conversations, right? That is being able to network. Another thing, you actually also need to be able to network, because it's one thing to have a pretty profile sitting on LinkedIn, but it's another to actually be active, right? So network, attend LinkedIn events, audio events, and even go out of your way to attend physical events.
Okay, I think that's quite interesting. And one thing that maybe I just want to pick from what you mentioned is on creating content for purpose.
Yeah.
So that will bring me to the next question on how then does somebody get to that level that they create content that targets a specific audience? Because for sure, I think not even on LinkedIn alone, but on many other social media platforms, people just throw content, and you really just wonder who is the content targeting. So how does somebody define that purpose you're talking about when it comes to what type of content that I want to put out on LinkedIn?
Awesome. Who is your target audience, and what do they need, right? And by what do they need, what problem are you solving, right? For example, job seekers, you need to be solving the problem of that current role you're looking for. A recruiter will find you attractive when they see a post that you're sharing a problem that you're able to solve, and even that solution and how you go about it. Let's say a client you previously worked on a role 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or even previous job. When you share that, that will attract your recruiter. So whether you're a business owner, whether you're a job seeker, get to understand what problem are you solving. This doesn't apply to just businesses. Even as a job seeker, what problem are you solving? Mention it even in your about section, because impact, what people want to see is also impact. So with impact, what are the solutions? What solutions have you been able to bring up? And actually the achievements, the numbers, right? People are afraid on putting numbers. You've increased sales 35%, right? Why can't you say it? Like, let's say 35% in the last 2 quarters, 3 quarters. That is what will attract recruiters. Negotiation skills. Take us through how you've been able to negotiate with clients, right? Search content. Look at the job you're looking for. After you're done, what is the job description, right? What does problem solving look like in that job? Yeah. How does impact look like in that job? Create content around that. As simple as that. As many times you can repeat it over and over again, you will never lack content. Yeah.
So, wow, that's really interesting. And I think that's, for me, that's the foundation. You can have a profile anywhere, but if you're not having a value that you consistently communicate to people, then it doesn't really have any purpose.
True.
On content, identifying your niche is key, identifying your audience is key. So that brings me to the next bit when it comes to consistency. Because I think we were having a conversation before this, and maybe I told you I started LinkedIn some times back, but when I checked those posts, I think the time I began being really active was around 2022. While I had this profile, I think as far as 2017 or so. And I think this is just like myself. This is the case of so many people. Maybe somebody has a LinkedIn profile, they post once, twice, and in a month, and sometimes they never post. So how does someone come up, or rather, maybe just talking to someone who really, they have the urge, but they're struggling. How do I keep up with constantly putting out content on LinkedIn?
Great question. You need to first strategize, and strategizing comes through with personal branding, right? You need to map out, where do you see yourself in terms of your career in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? So that is where personal branding comes in. Be known for one thing. So let's now map up what personal branding is. You need to specifically be known for one thing and just brand yourself the way you want to be known for. Yeah. So this is where brand audit comes through. How are you being perceived currently? Yeah. You asked 3 to 5 associates of yours, what do they know you for? At work, in events, right? Someone who has actually interacted with you on LinkedIn, what do they know? So once you've been able to see that, and let's say these are wrong answers, you don't want to be known for this, right? Map it out. So you want to be known for this. So actually align. This is what you want to be known for, yeah? This is what your brand will entail, right? Even after that, how do others perceive you? Even after at least every quarter, get to see, are you actually making that target? Yeah. Now with consistency, don't start posting 5 days a post and you're starting from scratch, or let's say it's been a very long time. Start 2 days a week.
Get tired, eh?
Yeah, you will get tired. 2 days, 3 days, yeah. Keep increasing, even if it's every month. At the end of this month, okay, I've been posting 3 days consistently every week. Let me increase it to 4 days. Let me increase it to 5 days. Until now, you actually are able to see 7 days, right? So as simple as that. Consistency is taking those small steps and having a goal. Where exactly do you see yourself at the end of the year? By December, I wish to get a new job. By December, I wish to have crafted this brand and even given launched a course, launched an ebook, launched a digital product that I can even earn an extra income. With having that in mind, you won't just, be posting for the sake of posting. You'll be having a goal. You'll actually be knowing, I have a brand that I need to maintain.
Wow, I think that's quite interesting, and that's quite important. So maybe just still on content, I wanted to dwell a bit on content because that's actually the foundation of it. So is there, when you're posting content, from your own experience, and I know because you've grown on LinkedIn, are there specific times that maybe posts will easily go viral? Are there specific times that you think it's good or is opportune time to post on LinkedIn?
No. Let me start with date. Date, you can post on a Monday, you can post on a Sunday. I've actually seen some experts saying don't post on weekend, but actually majority of my posts have done well in the weekend.
Even on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you post, there's no specific date. Yeah. With time, what time is your target audience online? So for me, my target audience are the executives and leaders. It will either be early in the morning or late in the evening. Look at the time, majority, not everyone, but majority of them will be online. That is the time you need to post. There are others, let's say there's a time I'm targeting international clients. You'll see me posting in the afternoon, right? In the evening as well, when people are going off to work. Let's say you're a recruiter like yourself. When people are going back home, they'll be on LinkedIn, yeah? Some of them, that's when they remember, oh my goodness, there's something, there's an app actually called LinkedIn. It's been a while, they actually go there, right? So you need to see when your target audience is posting, because I'm not going to lie, I post in the morning hours at exactly 9:30 a.m. There are posts at 9:30 which have done really well, and there are posts that haven't done well, right? And also it's in regards to your post. Is it selfless? Selfless meaning, am I talking to my target audience? If I'm talking to my target audience, that post will do well because it's targeting them. It's actually solving a problem, right? It's speaking to them. It's resonating with them. But if it will be all about me, that one will be selfish. It will be like, I'm just boasting, and unless if it's an achievement, an accolade, all that. But it's just talking about myself and what I can offer. That one will be marketing, and trust me, it won't even get any engagements. Yeah. So you need to actually, this is why problem solving is really important. What problem are you solving for your target audience, and what time are they online? Then post at that time.
So let's talk a bit about content strategy. I think also I've seen a number of experts say one of the strategies maybe you can use to ensure, so that you ensure you post consistently, is doing mass content, where you have like 50 or what you have scheduled posts. Maybe just talk to us a bit about that. Do you schedule posts? Do you do mass content creation? How is your what content strategy do you use, especially to ensure that you post consistently? Because as you said, sometimes you even post twice a day, morning and afternoon. So what is the strategy that you use to ensure consistency?
Scheduling does it has really played a huge role. Before, I will schedule even for a whole month just to forget about it. And even, let's say I look at my calendar, I have so many things going on, events, client meetings, all that. So I won't have time, right? If I say I'll be posting that day, I won't have the time, right? So just be truthful to yourself. If you have a busy schedule, then get at least 2-3 hours, block 3 hours, and say this is the time that I need to create content. That brings me to something else. You see, even when you attend events, when you even speak to clients, in your daily interactions, and even as you're upskilling and learning, have a notebook specifically for content. Yeah, when an idea comes up, write it up, or even on your phone, create a folder or create something that you write it up, and then you can say on Sunday when I'm creating content, this is what I'll use, right? So that you're not sitting, you don't have anything to get inspiration or get an idea from. You have something. So for me right now, I'm doing at least weekly. On Sundays I block my time and I actually create the week's content, and if I have time for a whole month, I'll do it. Even 2 months, right? But let me tell you, that mass scheduling is so simple because you forget about it, so you now concentrate on engagement and networking, and that will be it.
Wow, I think that's really great. I think scheduling works even for me from where I sit. That has really been a key thing, because really you're not going to have ideas every day to keep on, and even without taking. So when you're doing something, because I always tell people content is everywhere. Content is everywhere. You can, if you get to a level when you're creating content, you can look at somebody, you can get to listen to a conversation and repeat content from it. Yes, I think that's a really good strategy. So I think I also want us to talk a bit about engagement and interaction. There's a post that I saw like a month ago, and from a very famous profile on LinkedIn, and what the person was saying is that he really wondered, or he was really upset on how people approach him, on how maybe job seekers gets into his DM. You see the funny things and I think even from where I sit, I've really experienced that when somebody comes into your LinkedIn, or rather comes into your DM, and they want to
ask for a job.
What job, and so on and so forth. So just on the bit of interaction, before we get to that point, one of the common challenges I think people face is how do they interact. Even with those target audience, if I'm looking for a job, a recruiter or a potential employer is my target audience. That's the person that I want to attract their attention. So how do we really, what's the missing link? And in your own practice and experience, what do you think are the best strategies for somebody to network with their target audience on LinkedIn?
Awesome. Great question. And actually recently, my friend and I, her name is Dorcas, she's actually a HR expert, we did profile reviews for 5 hours long. And as we were doing that, I actually bumped into a lady who opened her LinkedIn profile that month, and in 3 weeks she landed a job. Now, this is what happened. She landed 15 job interviews. She got 5 job offers, and out of the 5, she chose. She had now the buffet of the offers. She chose 1 job. How did she do that? She simply started creating content. With a strategy. Have that goal. Have that strategy. This is what I'm going for. Optimize your profile to the fullest. She literally said every week she was actually updating her profile with keywords, and she made sure that she was in the top 5 in keywords, literally looking at the about section, what is missing, right? There are limited characters even on the headline, so each and every character matters. So having done that, you're actually able to see people are landing opportunities. So strategy is really important in terms of knowing who you're targeting, right? After that, get to understand what do they need. Problem solving. What problem are you solving, right? It's all about value proposition. Why should I hire you, right? Out of thousands and thousands of applicants, what makes you stand out? And this is where content creation comes in. So many people have beautiful profiles and they're actually using LinkedIn Easy Apply. So many, but people are actually not applying for the jobs, simply the content creation, right? So strategy is really important so that you can be able to even, someone can actually say by the end of this week, I need a job, and they can actually be able to get it. Interacting audio events, right? Without going to someone's DM and asking for that job, how about attend a LinkedIn audio event and connect with people? Send a connection request and say, hey Nelly, you actually spoke at today's audio event. I really liked this and this and this. Share some of the takeaways and your perspective and opinion. That's really what matters. And let's say now, of course, Nelly is a recruiter. Oh, and by the way, Nelly, after of course Nelly has replied, by the way, Nelly, I see that this company is recruiting and actually you will be recruiting for them. Before I apply, what advice would you share with me? That is someone who's actually willing to get information. That's someone who's actually willing to go an extra mile to do something better, to be the best candidate. And like someone who will just ask, get me that job, give me that job, right? Connect with people, right? But don't just go asking for something or even selling or marketing something, but network. Be a bit selfish, Get to know Nelly a bit and get to see what ticks with Nelly, And oh, Nelly is a recruiter, awesome. So what advice would you share with me?
So on the bit of network, you've said now you don't just maybe go to people's profiles sending out very funny DMs. So the bit of networking. So how does someone network effectively on LinkedIn?
Awesome. Commenting, right? And once again, AI is here with us. Please do not go to ChatGPT and say, write a good comment. No.
For me?
Read the post. Literally read the post and give your perspective. Now, do not force your perspective on the creator or someone else. Be very respectful. Give your opinion. If it's something that is to laugh about, even share a joke, similar joke or a similar experience, just be friendly and personalize that comment and tag the creator. Also, network with other people. Let's say you've seen someone else who is actually working in a company that you'll be applying for, and and he or she's a manager. Reply to that comment. Oh, and by the way, what do you think of this and this and this? And you can even go to their profile and comment on their most recent post. Take it. That's how you even take it to the DM. And finally, once you've been able to even spark the conversation and broken the ice, you can now even be able and say, hey, so I see you work at this company and you're the manager. I've just applied. What advice would you share with me in regards to the next steps? What should they expect in the interview? This person will definitely share with you the advice. LinkedIn audio events, LinkedIn lives, comment thoughtfully, right? Just that's all about networking,
Yeah.
right? Be very active, yeah. Don't just be a ghost. Don't be a consumer. Also be a creator. By creating also your own posts, you can be able to do so. Collaborating. I've seen so many creators collaborating on a post, yeah. Also like how is it called? Buying authority. Buying authority, like saying these are the top 20 recruiters that I've been able to know in Kenya, right? These are the top 20 creators currently in Kenya and what I'm able to learn from them, right? By the thought leadership. Also create audio events yourself, right? Not just attending, also create them and network. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's right. So in networking, just if I pick from what you've said, you really need to be actively engaging. It's not just about saying good, great post.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for the beautiful tips. But you really need to connect with the creator first. Wow. So I think I would like us, as we get continue with the conversation, to talk a bit about LinkedIn features. I know LinkedIn has a lot of features, but are all these features important, especially for somebody who's looking to grow their career, looking for a job, looking to change job, looking to transition into different industries? So maybe from your own experience and as a LinkedIn coach, a LinkedIn trainer, what do you think, or are there specific tools that you think are useful for career development, and if so, which ones are they?
Some great question. The featured section. Most people don't have a featured section. You have a portfolio. Why aren't you boasting about it? You've written an article in the newspaper. You've been interviewed in a YouTube in a YouTube channel or even on TV. Put it in your featured section. Your featured section is where you actually have the accolades, the achievements, your portfolio, definitely, testimonials, reviews, all that. Recommendation section. How many people can recommend you? And here I'm not talking about colleagues, because literally there are people who have 25 recommendations and all of them are colleagues. Literally there's no one who's higher than you, ranking, either your boss, just someone who's in the corporate ladder, right? So you need to have someone who actually can attest to your skills. So if you're a job seeker, have some of your supervisors and bosses literally give you a recommendation. If you're in business, your clients, your customers, they need to give you a recommendation, and not someone who's your supplier or just a collaborator. That one will speak more volumes. Yeah. Another thing is open to work banner. Most people want to find a job, but they're just saying, I'm open to work just to recruiters. But let's say this manager is not a recruiter, but they know that there's an opening somewhere, right? When you have that open to work, they may actually reach out to you and they say, hey, how about you apply here, right? And you can even get into a discussion with them. So having that will really help you. And of course, a great banner that will speak to what you do.
Yeah. Wow, that's so about recommendations. I think maybe I just want to get some clarifications on that bit. You've talked about getting people who are maybe higher than you in the ladder to recommend you.
Yes.
So what difference, or rather what weight does it make if just my colleagues recommend me and maybe my boss or somebody who's higher than me recommend me? I think they're all recommendations.
Yeah, the thing is, with your colleagues, they'll favor you, and of course you'll say something good about me, right? But your boss will criticize you, unless of course they like you. But if you're really doing a good job, they'll give you a great recommendation. But with colleagues, definitely they'll even have in mind you actually wrote the recommendation and you gave it to them. A mentor, a coach, right? Not just even your boss, even a mentor, a coach, and you can actually tell them to share and even give your thoughts on it.
Oh wow! So it adds the credibility.
Yes, credibility.
Yeah. So again, another thing I would want you to just talk to us about is on the LinkedIn Premium. Yeah, I think I've been maybe having a misconception that, or I don't know whether it's true. You'll help me. You'll help clear the air on that. That if you're on LinkedIn Premium, the algorithms for some reason tends to favor your posts. Maybe just talk to us. Are you on LinkedIn Premium, and do you see the difference between an account on Premium and an account that is not on Premium?
Great question. Yes, I'm on Premium. I'm using Sales Navigator. So Sales Navigator, for those who do not know, it's one of the LinkedIn Premium features. LinkedIn has different Premium features. Sales Navigator, Recruiter Lite, one also for investors, and another one still for job seekers. Yeah. So 4 of them. So Sales Navigator is for those who are looking for clients. Yeah. Customers. Yeah. So for me, I'm able to use it to land international clients. It's a bit tough when I create content targeting international client, yet they're not my connections. Yeah, yet my connections are not even following guys from abroad. But with Sales Navigator, I can actually filter out and actually reach out to them. In terms of posting, no, it does not favor the algorithm at all. Actually, I've had so many friends who are not on Premium, and their posts have done really well. Most of them have even gone viral. Yeah, so it doesn't. What you just have, it's extra tools for a certain goal. Another thing, of course, Premium will offer you is LinkedIn Learning, right? Most people, you need to upskill, yeah? You need to upskill, and most people, literally, when you go to someone's profile, the last time they had a certificate was 2010. I mean, since 2010, not even an online certificate you've done, yeah? So you need to upskill. So LinkedIn Learning, I'm able to access it. And these experts, they don't just give you theory. They give you really practical courses and sectors that are so good, soft skills, technical skills, you name it, and actually new skills that are now in the market. You need to upskill. I'm currently upskilling. I will never be comfortable with where I am, right? So upskilling is really good. So get on LinkedIn Premium as well, even if it's the free trial, and start learning. It will really help you. But Premium does not play any role when it comes to algorithm.
Yeah, so I think that's quite important, even apart from maybe that Premium does not play a role in terms of pushing your post and all that. There are the features that comes with it, like LinkedIn Learning. I've also used LinkedIn Learning, and it's really, really great. It's having very amazing courses, and of course even helping you to target clients from different parts of the world, just to be able to filter. That's quite interesting. So I think like any other platform, LinkedIn is not easy to build, is it, from your experience?
No, it is not.
So it requires a lot of consistency, creating content, scheduling, creating time to do that. So I just want you to tell us, how then can somebody measure success of all this? I've been on LinkedIn for 1 year, 2 years, I'm creating content, or I've been there for 6 months, and one of my aims was to get there and attract recruiters, potential employers, and get a job. So how does someone measure success on all the activities that they do on LinkedIn, especially when they're there to build their career?
Great question. Success looks different to everyone. Success, let me say, for me, looks like the post impressions. Are they good? Yeah.
Getting clients.
Yes, getting clients. Number of followers, are they increasing? Speaking engagements. So majorly success on LinkedIn will look like job opportunities. If you're a job seeker, are you getting recruiters to your DM, right? Are people asking for your CV or asking for your email, right? Speaking engagements for leaders, you actually really need to be visible, right? Not just be comfortable with that position that you're in. Start getting thought leadership, and once you be able to get the thought leadership, speaking engagement, being called for to create policies, to become a policy maker, right, in boards, getting a board seat. That's how success looks like for leaders. It can also look like investors. If you're a founder as a startup, you can get investors, collaborators, right? Networking, being invited to networking events, flying out of the country to even speak, right? And just getting clients, getting customers. That's how success looks like. As long as you have a goal and you're achieving it, that is what success will look like for you.
Wow. Thank you for that. That's quite profound. And in every setup, there are challenges, and I think LinkedIn is not an exemption. So maybe from your experience, what do you see as some of the challenges that creators are still facing on LinkedIn, or even people who just get there to get jobs or get business opportunities, or even to put their profile out there? What are some of the challenges, and how do you think, or if you've encountered any, how have you been able to provide solutions to those challenges?
Great question. Number one challenge has to be in consistency. Yeah. I know so many people get tired or give up, right? Or even just don't get the time. So if you don't get the time, that is where a manager like myself comes in. Yeah, you're a leader, right? You have so many things on your plate. You have so many obligations. Get someone to manage your LinkedIn profile, right? Sit down with them for as long as they need to, for them to understand your writing style, your goal, to understand your personal brand, what it entails, your goal, yeah, and how they can be able to achieve it. The KPIs, literally draw them in. For someone who's giving up, don't give up. It takes time. You don't, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? All the big creators that I follow, such as Lara Costa, Jasmine Alik, they didn't build LinkedIn in 1 year. They've built most of them in 3 years, 4 years, right? For you to be able to even speak at events, you need to be known for as the expert. You cannot be known for as an expert after just 1 month or after 3 months. No, they need to see the consistency.
Yeah, so as we just almost come to the close of this conversation, how do you see LinkedIn evolving? Maybe would you just tell us what do you see in terms of the future of LinkedIn?
Yeah. Just a few years ago, we started adding our LinkedIn URLs on our CVs, right? From there, right now, it's scholarships. They will ask for your LinkedIn. Grants, investors will ask for your LinkedIn. Literally, even when you go to events, do you have a LinkedIn? Someone who's not comfortable with sharing their contacts. Do you have a LinkedIn profile? I'm active on LinkedIn. Could we connect and discuss it further? So if that doesn't employ you to create your LinkedIn account, optimize it, and even be active, I don't know what will. The future looks like everything. When it comes to the professional world, LinkedIn will play a huge role. Last year, LinkedIn actually just crossed 1 billion users. And funny enough, currently they only have 3 million creators who are creating content consistently, and are active on LinkedIn. So this means that you need to be active to actually stay on LinkedIn. Another update that they shared is that if you become inactive for like even 3 months, sometimes you may even see LinkedIn will close you out. Right? LinkedIn will not really ban you, but will close your account without you knowing. So with such measures, you need to keep abreast. So the future looks like it will really play a huge role in terms of professional development, career development, business development. A lot of CEOs are there to get business, investors, right? Politicians, my goodness. If Raila is active on LinkedIn,
Yes, I've seen a few politicians now really
this lady, I can't remember her name, but so many politicians are now even embracing LinkedIn. So why not you? Billionaires, Tony Elumelu, Bill Gates, if they're active on LinkedIn, some people think LinkedIn is for broke people. You're just there to get a job and get business.
Yeah, I think that's a misconception.
But these people
are looking out to get jobs.
Yeah, but these people have the money. These people are millionaires, are billionaires. These people have built legacies. So they're not there for the money, they're there for the visibility. Visibility equals currency in today's world. So in the future, when people are boasting not just of the number of followers they have, but of the impact they've been able to achieve, what will you be boasting about? Right? So the future looks really bright. You need to have a LinkedIn account. You need to be active and take it seriously.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, so I think as we wrap it up, I just want you to give us a final advice to somebody who's outside there. Like I was telling you before we started this conversation, I still meet people and ask them, "Are you on LinkedIn?" And they'll ask me, "What is that? What is it? What did he say?" So what would you tell somebody who's outside there? They may be just hearing about LinkedIn for the first time from this conversation, or they've heard about it but they've never taken an action or a step to create a profile, or even for people just getting into LinkedIn to look for jobs for whatever reason, to look for business. Just your final thoughts and advice to the audience as we wrap it up.
For sure. You need to first open an account. After opening the account, please optimize it and just start being active. You can even I've seen so many people grow through commenting. Let's say you're not comfortable yet to start posting. Start commenting on people's profiles, start attending the LinkedIn audio events, the LinkedIn lives, and network. Then from there, start creating your own content. Yeah, build thought leadership. Just start with 2 days, 2 days a week. From there, proceed to 3 days a week, 5 days a week. Take it slow, baby steps. The moment you start on a high gear, trust you me, you'll suffocate quite literally. Yeah, so start slowly until you get the momentum, and trust you me, once you get the momentum and the motivation, yeah, have role models, people that you look up to, people at least that are 3 to 5 steps ahead of you, right? And get to look up to them and get the inspiration and the motivation to do just like them or even better. And trust you me, you will not give up easily. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, Muthoni. It's been an interesting conversation, and I have also learned from it. So thank you for the insights. Thank you for being so kind and selfless to just take us through this and share with us your tips, because honestly, you're doing an amazing job on LinkedIn. So if you're out there also and you're looking to start out on LinkedIn, you're looking for somebody to hold your hand, somebody to tell you all that she has said about right from optimizing your profile, your photo, what type of content you need to create, how you come up with a content schedule, because she actually posts even twice in a day, which I still find so many people struggling with. So yeah, then this is the person to go to. I'll be leaving the link to her LinkedIn profile, the link to our LinkedIn profile on the description of this video, so that you can check her out and just interact with the amazing content and knowledge that she shares on LinkedIn. So thank you, it's been amazing. And guys, if you've not subscribed to this channel, this could be a good time for you to join this community where we're all about learning. Thank you for watching. Till next time, bye bye.